All right, so we are here at Kings Island. I'm here with the boy. We're gonna go in and check out the Halloween haunts. It's gonna be awesome. Kings Island is the second most visited amusement park in America. It's widely considered by critics to have one of the best Halloween haunts, but before we go in, I want to get in the mood by visiting Kings Island's very own Lost Cemetery. Known as the Dog Street Cemetery, there's very little information about this tiny plot of land or its residents. When development started on the park in the late 60s, it was completely lost, wild, and overgrown, and even up until recently, when the entrance was moved to the north side of the parking lot, very near the cemetery, most of us who had been coming to this place our whole lives had no clue of its existence. There are a number of ghost stories that are told about Kings Island, and I will be doing an entire video talking about all of these. But the one that I had heard since I was young was about a little girl in a blue dress that could be seen playing in the woods between the parking lot and the Old West town seen on the train ride. Witnessed most often by employees who worked in that area around dusk, she would appear near the tracks, skipping along, occasionally singing a song to herself, and then she'd be gone. Since the rediscovery of the cemetery, a tombstone was found bearing the name of Missouri Jane. Little Missouri Jane was born in 1840 and died in 1846. There's not a lot of information about her life, but it is thought that she lived in a cabin somewhere on the property and drowned in one of the water reserves that folks used to store water in back in those days. While there's no evidence for this, there's also no evidence opposing it, so the legend of Missouri Jane haunting the railroad tracks lives on. But now we're gonna go inside. The park doesn't open today until 7 p.m., but while we wait, there's plenty to check out. They have some pretty cool decorations. The giant pumpkin mask is cool. And this facade on the entrance, the window paintings are gorgeously done. And while we wait, I'm going to use this time to check out the park map and see what's going on. There are 6 different scare zones where scare actors are just walking around waiting to jump out at you. Number 1 is International Street right here at the entrance. Number 2 is Pumpkin Eater walking to the left of the entrance. Number 3 is Hooked. It's new. It runs between the Fest House and the Viking Fury, and I'm guessing this is going to be Pirates. Number 4 is Cony Island. This usually has more of a carnival feel to it. Number 5 is Alien X. It's back behind the racers by the Flight of Fear and Orion, which that makes sense. Number 6 is Abandoned in the old Rivertown. And there are 5 indoor mazes. 1 is Alien Abyss and Alien X. 2 is Killmart, about halfway down Cony Island. 3 is Slaughterhouse, right next to the Beast, back in Rivertown. 4 is Hotel St. Michel, behind the Windseeker, down at the end of Cony Island. 5 is Madame Fatale's Cavern of Terror. All looks fantastic, but I think the line is starting to move. All right, it's time to go in. As you enter the park, you'll come face to face with the most aesthetically pleasing park front that I have ever seen. Prettier than Disney World, International Street is 2 lanes of restaurants, shops, and cafes, all modeled after various European styles, and the centerpiece of the fountain pool and the Eiffel Tower behind it is just so picturesque. The flaming pipes around the pool are a nice touch. Now the boy insists on starting every Kings Island trip with a bite to eat at the Grain and Grill, so we're gonna grab a grain bowl, sit out by the fountains, and see what kind of scares are lurking about. When I asked the boy which way he wanted to go, he said, "Whichever way the wind blows us." So we're going to start out by heading down Pumpkin Eater and see where it goes from there. Now, there are several props scattered throughout the park that get activated by a special lantern that you can buy for $39.99. This guy stands up to about 10 feet tall and makes all kinds of noise, but I don't have a lantern yet, so he just kind of lurks inside these straw bales. At the end of the Pumpkin Eater Scare Zone, we find ourselves circling around to Cony Island, the Carnival Midway section of the park. I decided not to show the new hooks since it's a new scare zone and I want you to come out and see for yourself. But Cony Island is old hat and fun, and there's always a lot going on. The next scare zone is Alien X, and this is about halfway down the Cony Island Midway. You'll have to pass underneath the Racers roller coaster and go back behind where you will find a Flight of Fear, the indoor alien-themed roller coaster with a slingshot launch, and Orion, Kings Island's newest giga coaster with a 300-foot drop and reaching a whopping 91 miles an hour. So Alien Abyss was a light scare. There was a handful of actors, maybe 3 or 4, and there was mostly just dark passages with some air guns blowing air at your legs. Really good for kids. If you were looking for a more intense scare, this is probably not the one for you, but if you've got some kids with you, this might be a good one to choose. Now we're going to move further on down the Midway and head towards Kilmart and then Hotel St. Michel. Kilmart is a zombie-themed maze, and it is a bit more intense than Alien Abyss. It's been around for a while now, and it has really developed. A must-do. Hotel St. Michel is a medium scare. There's a handful of actors, and the sets are incredible.
That was good. At the very end, as we're walking out, some guy jumps out in a ghillie suit and yells, "Bushman!" And that might be the best thing that I've seen all night.
Now, this pathway between Cony Island and Old Rivertown is not listed on the scare map as one of the scare zones, but it might be one of my favorites in the entire park.
God.
Now, the Old Rivertown has always been my favorite section of the park. It's where you'll find the Beast, Mystic Timbers, Diamondback. It's also where you'll find the Slaughterhouse and Cavern of Terrors, probably the most intense indoor mazes in the whole park.
So if you have a lantern, this guy probably does something.
Probably.
Let's see. I'm not gonna say anything, but I know who I'd pick. Oh boy. Oh, he found you. And go! And stop! Go!
And no visit to Kings Island is ever complete without a stop at one of the incredible sweet shops. Styled like an old-fashioned candy store, you'll find all sorts of goodies from prepackaged, made in-house, and bulk candies to choose from. I am looking for a specific candy that the wife is craving, but I don't see it here, and when I asked the fellas at the counter and showed them the picture, they did not recall seeing it either, so I don't think I'm going to have much luck today. But I'll be sure to take home something good. There's so much to see and do at Kings Island. I will be returning for a part 2. I want to get here earlier when the more family-friendly activities that are available during the daytime are going on. The hours vary from weekend to weekend, so make sure you visit their website before going out to know what to expect. There are also several shows and spooky themed drink spots too, so I may come back with some adult friends at some point to enjoy those as well. But as for today, this was a great first visit to 2024 Kings Island Halloween Haunt, and now I'm tired. It's late, and I need to get a good night's sleep because I'm going to explore the legend of Lucy Run Cemetery Road in the morning. Good night, friends. Stay creepy.